Hi guys, Big Healthy Tracy's here, and today I'm going to show you a makeup look, specifically pageant makeup. This is the end product. Got my wig on for side bun, got the big lashes on, eyebrows are on fleek, a corally ready lip, kind of like a custom thing that I've done using lip liner and stuff. Anyway, if you want to see more guys, make sure you keep on watching and I'll show you how to do this look. So guys, first of all I start with some Dr. Feelgood. I'm kind of oily along my T-zone, so I have to use a bit of Dr. Feelgood just to get rid of the oiliness really. Just grab a little bit on the pad and just kind of dab it on my T-zone. So around the mouth, on the nose, a little bit on my cheeks because I can get a little bit glowy there too, and also along my forehead. Just paying particular attention on my forehead. Oh, also this is just to lay my edges down. So I have, I kind of get some gel, lay down the edges. If you've got natural hair, you know what I'm talking about. Lay down my edges and leave this on for about half an hour to an hour, basically whilst I'll do my makeup, just so I am not rocking some fluff going on under my wig, because I wear wigs. There's protective styling here, as you all know. Anyway, so just dab, dab, dab. As you can see, Dr. Feelgood is amazing. It's by Benefit. It's been around for donkey's years. So after that, I then go on to these brows. As you can see, I'm a product of the 90s. What I use, first of all, is a spoolie brush my eyebrows. So I'm looking in my mirror, so that's why I'm not looking on camera, but you get it. Brush my eyebrows up and basically following the natural line like this. And then, because I'm all about the affordable pageant look, I use Collection brow kit, and obviously I use it in brunette because I've got dark hair. Anyway, it's amazing. Now they have a clear brow mascara, which is great for setting your brows, but I tend not to use it because I have an actual brown one, which if I've missed any bits, that's brilliant for getting that. But as you can see, the most used, I tend to just use the middle one. Even if you've got black hair like I do, it is not a good idea to use black unless right at the ends, if you've got nothing, because it's really harsh and it will look like you've drawn on your brows, and it's all you want is just to look like you've got thick brows, not to look like you've drawn them on. So yes, I use the little brush that comes with it because I find it's the thinnest. As you can see, that there? It's the thinnest. It's really nice, it's tapered, and I also use that part, which is to fill in the middle part of my brow. I like to use this. I have angle brushes, but I find that they're better for my liner. I prefer this one. So onto the brows. They've got a little mirror in here as well, which just focuses on the brow, which I love. So I literally just go along the end half. My brows need a little bit of tweezing, which I'll show you you probably know, but I'll show you a really good trick to cover that up. So if you can't be bothered like I can't right now to pluck those brows. If it's pageant day, I suggest you pluck your brows because you're under light, but any appearances or anything, if you haven't got time, you can do what I'm going to do. Literally just draw some ends of brows, as you can see, and then I just one tap, that's what I do, knock it off, and then go along the bottom, define the bottom. As you can see, I tend to look down, so I get a better angle, define the bottom like that, and then just a tiny tap, define that end half a bit more. It's all about chopping and changing, and I don't add any more product, and I go right to the middle like that, and then fill in just fill in with the dark one, this one here, fill in the end half, and then with the lighter one I use the round side, tap tap, and then fill in the middle. I literally just the middle part, the middle half of the brow, just go in like that and just kind of make it more natural. As you can see, boom, they are the brows. Get some LA Girl Pro Concealer, concealer, LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer, and basically I take a little bit, dab it on my hand, just a tiny little bit like that. Can you see it? There you go. And I run my brush through it like so, and then I go along the bottom of my brow like so. And I need my, because it's too far away, so I need my mirror for that. That's better. Just a tiny little bit of product goes a long way. And brows finished. I'll come back to them later on, just set them, but I like to do the rest. So for my T-zone, I tend to get a few pores, just the way it is. Oily skin, I guess, it's an oily skin problem. So I use Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser for that. And then for the rest of my face, I go in with a really cheap, but it works so amazingly. I use basically George from Asda face primer. And then when it's something like a pageant or a really big event, I also go in with my Urban Decay primer spray. It's vitamin infused. It just gives you a good fresh base, and it kind of wakes you up a little bit. So I kind of go in there. It kind of hydrates your face after mattifying loads. It's good hydration, not only in the body with water, but also on the skin. I literally go in with just dab dab on the T-zone with the baby skin like so, just little bits, and then rub it in a little bit. With the George, I just dot along my face like so. Need to get some more. Try not to go over where I did the baby skin, and under the neck, and then literally just go in like so along the face. And I go on to my eyes. I like to do the eyes first because you get a lot of fallout, and it shows up when you're under lights. It really does show up. So it's important to make sure your face is clean and looking at its best. Again, I go in with a primer, a good primer. This is from Benefit, Stay Don't Stray. It's an amazing primer. It's brilliant. I just pop gently. Also go under the eye because it's brilliant for under the eye as well. So just go down there and on the lid like that. And then with your ring finger, it's puts on the least amount of pressure on your skin, whereas the rest you can just tell. I just basically just tapped in. Let's get those eyes beautiful. This one is from eBay. It's a nameless brand. It's just a little eyeshadow trio. As you can see, I've used it very well. This one the most because I use this as a transition colour. Definitely use a transition colour. It helps to blend your makeup when you're doing whatever kind of eye really. I like one that's quite close to my skin tone, so I just swirl it around, tap, and look ahead, look in the mirror at you. Sorry, because I'm on an iPad, it looks like I'm looking off, but I'm actually looking at myself. Make sure your eyes are open and just windshield wiper motions along as well, like so. Then I like to go in with this W7 in Nude. It's quite an oldie but goodie. It's a dupe for Naked. I have Naked palettes and I love them, but for the purposes of you know, an affordable one, this is a fraction of the price. It's not even £5, I don't think, for the palette. It's got beautiful colours in it. Beautiful colours. It has a little brush where it has a sponge and a little tiny paddle brush, but it's somewhere in my makeup box and I don't know where it is, but here goes. Beautiful colours. These are nice, like glowy, shimmery colours. There's a couple of matte ones in there, but I like the majority of them are kind of a shimmery satin type. Whoops, look, I love them. I go in with, I like to shimmer it up a little bit for the stage, so I go in with the 2 second to darkest, can you see them? Not these two, mix them like so. I use that for the outer half of my eye. Going with those two browny shimmery colours, and I literally just go in, keep my eyes open but look down, go in at the crease and kind of work my way in a triangle into out. So the point is basically going towards the end of your eyebrow. This is like a transition to a transition with the brush I use for my transition colour with no more product, and just blend the outside like so. Just blend the outside. You can't see very much, but you build upon it basically. Then after that I go in with the darkest shade, the darkest two shades. I tend to kind of start with the second to darkest and then go on to the darkest right near my lash line. I just put it slightly below the lighter shades, just to kind of give it a gradual definition. Go in with my kind of blending brush. There's a paddle brush underneath, and I use some slightly lighter colours for the middle third. I like to give it a little bit of a well, actually I'm going to probably do it for the rest of the lid, to be honest, and then just a little light colour for the inner corner. But make sure you always blend, so blend out the edges, make sure they're good and blended. You're going to have a nice cut going along there, that's why I put the rest of my face on after. And then go in with, I kind of wing it sometimes, I kind of like to go in with this colour, and then this colour as well probably. So I mix between that one and that one, sorry, for the middle. I like to mix them up a little bit to kind of do a custom colour. So start off with the slightly darker colour first and just pack it on in the middle, kind of give a transition to a transition. I like the transitions just along. Like to fit in and then kind of increase, and then with the slightly lighter shade I go in right on the inside, and then with the same brush blend the edges out to make it look kind of cool. I don't like harsh lines at all. Then I go in with, not that one, sorry, with this brush and go back into my dark shades just to define my crease a little bit more again, like so. Define the crease and then blend that out again. There's a lot of to and fro, but it's just showing. Okay, so I went and done the upper eye, which you can see you can see the whole effect a bit more now. So next up I go in, I tend to hold a lot of brushes in my hand when I do stuff. Next up I go in with a matte, very light shade here. Kind of mix that and that together. It's really hard to get, there you go. That one and that one together for a brow highlight. It's all about the brow highlight. Now I don't, naturally I don't tend to go with a really light brow highlight, but for the purposes of a pageant, you kind of have to if you want people to see it. So just to give it again a pinky shade, but more yellow because darker skin, I just cut in just a slight brown highlight, just like so. So next up is the line in the waterline, and for that I use a dark liner, Collection intense colour black kohl pencil. I just go in. It's very sexy. Go in with the waterline, but I don't know any other way of doing it. Everybody has their way. I just put it down, pull down my lid a little bit, and go in right in all the way around the waterline. Yankina Maxi Black Eyeline Pencil. There you go. It's awesome. I love it. I just tried it out. Just get it over your hand. My hand's always messy when I do this. As you can see, it's a nice, fine. Let me see that. There you go. Nice, fine tip. That's it. It's the easiest way. And I don't pull down my eye at all. I just use my finger to kind of stabilise my hand, and just gives me the right angle as well to go up. Not a huge wing, but I find with my eyes the wing is just, it makes my eyes look cuter, kind of gives you a more almondy eye look, so that's what I do. I've got to stay very quiet for this because you've got to wing everything, life, eyeliner, everything. Literally do to wing my eyeliner is a line up, a line down, right down to wherever it ends, it doesn't matter, and then connect from the inside to the rest of it, and then after that I colour in like so. I have to have my mirror so close to me when I do this because I'm slightly blind. There you go, wing done. Next up, mascara and prep for the lashes. You have to go with lashes when you're on a pageant. Can't see your eyelashes with just mascara. Lashes, lashes, lashes. Again, drugstore Maybelline Falsies Volume Express Mascara. The brush is so easy to apply on your own lashes because it kind of follows your lash line. And I look down and just try so hard not to do my mascara face. These are Lady Marmalade. Look at these lashes. I'll get them out for you. These are by Magic Glam, 100% human hair lashes. Yes, human hair lashes. I don't even put human hair on my head, but I'm using human hair lashes. By Lady Glam. I got these when I went to Dubai Fashion Week. They were kind of a freebie and I loved them. So dramatic, so beautiful. So you just measure them up to your eye, trim them. It's really important to make sure that when you take them off the box, you're very, very careful because you don't want to rip them. Lashes on, and just push them up a little bit just to, so you don't see them in your eye because they're kind of big. But push them up. And what I like to do is go back in with my liner. Look at my hands. Go back in with my liner and just touch up. Lashes are done. They are super, super big, but like I said, on stage, when you have big lashes, they look kind of drag queen right now, but when you have big lashes on the stage, it just kind of adds to your eyes. And trust me. Okay, so next up, my little trick is with the wing liner. Just tidy up with the wing and the shadow with the brush that you use for your concealer for your brows. Just no extra product, of course. Just clean up the edges and around your eyes to get rid of that fallout. Now the tops of the lids and the lashes and everything are on. It's time for the face. Spray with some Urban Decay primer. Also go back in over a little Stay Don't Stray just under my eyes because I've been wiping a lot and my eyes water a lot. So just a little bit extra on them. And again, it helps to clean up anyway. As you can see that the brightness in the eyes is gone. It's just a tiny bit. Right up to your wing. Then just spray neck, forehead, right with the eyes. Just a little bit of primer, let it dry a little bit. To go in with a mixture of Maybelline Dream Fresh BB Cream, and this is in, I believe it's in Deep Sheer Tint, and then in Espresso, my Elf Tinted Moisturiser. Go in with everything in my face, I colour correct, and what I use is LA Girl Pro Concealer again in like a orange, it's orange, let's face it, colour corrector. And I lightly put a little bit under my eyes because I kind of have tight dark circles and it shows up. It's my concealer isn't enough to cover it. And I also go along my lip, a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my upper lip, not too much, and also around my lips because I kind of have a little kind of purple effect in them. It's weird, it's like weird. So I like to cover them up completely, and then around the bottom of my lip. Only where there's a little bit of discoloration, like here. A bit on my forehead, there's a little mark on my forehead, anywhere where there's a dark mark. So I start with my highlights. I'll just put that there, and I just put a little bit along my cheek, and a little bit just going towards my brow, just along the top of my cheekbone. Anywhere you kind of want to highlight, basically. Cupid's bow, tip of the nose, like an exclamation point. I don't add any more to the brush, I just kind of do a residue and chin. That's it, just whatever's on the residue. Because there's some places like your forehead and your chin that makes you look kind of sweet, so you don't really want a lot on there. Going with a damp beauty blender. I do this before I set my colour corrector because this lighting, man, the sun keeps moving. I do it before I go in with my setting my colour corrector because, you know, wet on powders just sometimes don't work. So I just basically just buff that in, and no extra product, but still on the sponge. I just kind of go on the top of the brow bone too. And I just keep going round and round, just with the butt of it on the forehead, down the nose, a bit like if you would, not too crazy. I'm not going to try and blend it out too much because it's under makeup and it's not such a big deal. And if you're stumped for time, which sometimes you can be, it's not such a big deal because it's under makeup. Okay, so as you can see, it kind of gives you a little bit of a glow, and it will show up underneath the Maybelline Fit Me like a powder, just a light powder, it doesn't matter. I like to use like a little, looks like a barber brush, but it's a beaky brush. Tap, knock off, and just set the colour correcting. Because you, ow, I just poked my set the colour correcting because you don't want it to move when you're doing your foundation or anything like that. You don't want it to move. Ooh, and then this is where you get your moon face. Anyway, this is where you get your moon face. So next up is concealing everything. So I go in with my Pro Concealer, same that I used for my brow concealing. A big old blob. I just dab, 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 dab. It looks like a lot, but trust me, beauty blend, the blender works all along here. Do a triangle just under the contour, like so. I don't tend to dark contour, but for the purposes of this, I will do it. I'm good to you guys, let's face it, I'm good to you guys. Then just do a little bit along, so much on the eyes, along my forehead, down the nose, like so. Okay, like so. And then, look like you're going to be a tribal. Darker shade, this is always a couple of shades lighter than my skin tone, as you can see. This is a couple of shades darker than my skin tone. This is the same Pro Conceal in dark cocoa, which is, I think, is the darkest shade they do. I use it as a contour. Again, liquid, squeeze out. Now you go just above where you've done here, just like so. Again, in a triangle. The majority of the product goes here, just a small line. I like to bring it up a little bit, just don't squeeze any more out like that. You'll see why. Just go up and up, right into your cheekbone. Now what I do, I don't tend to, because it doesn't help me, I just kind of stoic wrist and face, and then go in the temples. I tend to do like a little block along my temples here, and then I draw a line to connect. So. And then, if you think you don't look crazy enough, you then go under where you've done the light concealer. Right, look, I like to go right the way down the chin, like so. I like to look a bit cutesy, so I always do a little line like that along my chin. But I don't want to have. When I put foundation, especially down my neck, it looks like I've got no chin. So, you know, I've got to bring that back. With your blending sponge, again, it's got to be damp. Good and damp. I tend to just spray with a load of my primer. Just spray, spray, spray. Oh, spray, spray, spray. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Tap, tap, tap. So I go in first. One side is the concealer. Just go in, tap, tap, tap. Tap up with this. Tap down, sorry. Tap down, I'm thinking of doing my cheek. Down, just tap. Do not rub. Tap. Let's do the neck first. Blend some more. Like you haven't blended enough. And then I like to, with the residue, going with my, I like my button nose, so I don't want to pump it too much. I know, I'm fully aware that you should bring back a little bit of life to it, so I just basically use the residue, go along and kind of. There you go, that's the contour done. Then the other side, you go and blend out your highlight, and this is where you blend everything together. So just dab along here, kind of a small forehead, so I like to bring it out a little bit, even though I've got the contouring, and then the other side, I then blend the contour. So it's amazing. It's just thank you. Triangles for showing us the way of contouring. Honestly, oh, can't thank you enough. So, if I do anything else, I'm super running out. I get my setting, my highlight setting powder ready, and I use banana powder for my highlight. I like to keep it in a little tub. It's a massive tub, let's face it, so I put it in a little tub. Ben Eye banana powder is kind of on its slightly expensive side, but I strongly suggest you get a really good quality setting powder, loose powder. And I found some dupes, not dupes, but I found that you can get sample sizes of the higher end brands which do the job. You need to make sure you've got good setting powder because you're going to need it for quite a long time, and you can get sample sizes that are a few pounds and it's of that product. And honestly, I tried drugstore brands and stuff like that, and it wasn't the same. And I love my Ben Eye. It's just, honestly, my Ben Eye setting powder is just amazing. Especially if you are like me, you're oily and you're crease to heck under your eye, especially. It's just so important. So with the same, I've got my powders ready. So with the same, contour's not bad because you don't tend to squint and stuff, and you're not expressive on your cheeks, sort of. So same blending sponge. Beauty Blender. It's not Beauty Blender because it's a brand. Beauty Blender's a brand, but this is Elf. You can get anyone will do. Just make sure it's good and wet and squishy, and feel the squishiness wet, because it helps to get rid of excess product. So I just go in. This is where I go right under eye. This is where I don't look good. Okay, can't help it. I tend to like to look down. Well, I'm lying. I like to look up and go again. Dabbing motions, no dragging. I like to push right up, bring it down like that. See? This is where I don't need to point it on. I feel like it's a waste of product, so I like to just do that. And I like to go to here. When you've got a slightly bigger face, just go to here and bring it all in. And then with the rest of the contour side, I then kind of shade it in. Ooh, my face has got shape again. Okay, bronzing. I don't put contour powder down, I just use bronzer to do that job. And I'm going to showcase my broken sunk. You can't see it. This is sunk. It's so broken. Gutted. It was whilst I was travelling. It just broke in the luggage, and I just haven't got round to buying a new one. I'm so lazy. And you just cut in. Like so, along the chin. Don't forget to take the excess off. For those who have never done it before, the easiest way to bronze is to do the Magic 3. So, Magic 3. It does the same thing. Always in the temples, along the perimeters, basically along the perimeters of your face. And then to get that high cheekbone smile, I just go along. No more product, along like so. And with my flatter brush, I tend to just blend it out, going along the top, and blend it down. This technique, mega bronze, well used indeed. I tend to go in. As you can tell, there's a more reddy colour. Whoops. And what I do is with this brush, in the two dark shades, I tap the excess off, and this is where I go down my nose. I don't like to use the really dark shade, and there's always residue from here, but this kind of into the eyebrows as well. Create that nose contour. Subtle, simple, lovely. Subtle and simple, perfect. Okay, and then with all three of the dark ones, not the light ones so much, I then use this as kind of a transition to get some colour in the cheeks, along the nose, just in the temples. I don't go along the top, just in the temples, I'd say, just a little bit, so it lasts forever. After that, I go back in to the eyes, to the bottom of the eyes, finish off my eyes. Okay, and I use a couple of brushes. I use the brush actually that comes with in the nude, sorry, I've got in the buff as well, in the nude palette, which is just like this, again well used. And then I use a kind of more pencil brush. This is the Rock brush. I have their palette and everything. I like their brushes. they're affordable and they're really nice and they're soft, so I'm not going to cut you in the eye. So what I do with my little rock brush, I go in with the darkest shade I used in the outer corners of my eyes, which is this shade right here, and just go along pretty much the whole of my lash line, like so. And again, I do a really cool face of it in the lash line, so right in the lashes. I tend to look actually different. I always have a big mirror with me when I go now. So I look at both. It's good to look in as it looks close up and then as it looks from far away. It's a nice smoke out. It smokes out your eye a bit more. It's not such a harsh. It's not such a harsh lash line then. This brush, and I also use the sponge a little bit. I'll tell you what for. I'll tell you for what next. I go in with this colour. Can you see it? Just in the middle, and also this colour here, the third one, and that is what I'm going to do the rest of my eyes with, the rest of my lower lash line with. And I just mix the two together and go in. And because they're light colours, you kind of have to pack it on a little bit, because unfortunately W7's colours today. The lighter colours are, the dark colours are nice and pigmented, but the lighter colours, they're not that great at pigment. I'm sorry guys. Okay. And then with the same brush, because it's the lighter colours, I want to go with the two lightest colours, so it's kind of like a matte and a shimmer together. It kind of newts out the shimmer a little bit more. Again, very pink. I go in with both of them just to tap into my thing, just to give it a little bit of a highlight. Normally that in the corner highlight, it opens your eyes up and makes it real pretty. It just makes you pop. I have to say, I'm sorry in advance guys, this I am not making tutorials, I am not Nanny Anyway, I'm not Pageant Stuff, I'm not Jacqueline Hill, I'm not Desi Perkins, I'm not the Glam Queens, I'm Big Healthy Tracy. I'm a lifestyle blogger, but I want you to do a pageant, because I'm in a pageant, I want to do pageant makeup. This is how I do my makeup. I'm by no means a makeup artist, no I ever have been, but I just love makeup, and like I said right at the beginning, I want to show you how to do makeup, and 5 months later I finally do it, because I want to show you guys how I do my pageant makeup. I go in with some Givenchy mascara, and I like it because you've got a big side and a little side. I use the little side and just tap. I can't do it without a mirror, sorry guys, and just tap along my lash line. I love this brush because it separates the lashes. I can just go run it along the other side too. Okay, and that's the eyes done. Bring you in closer. Come on. No. I'll bring you in closer. I've always wanted to do that. Wiping away the bag with big fluffy brush. I got this from H&M actually. Big fluffy brush, wiping it all away. Then what I do is just tap all over, kind of, you know, on the contour. No, that's a little bit, doesn't look so drag. But normally, like I said, this is pageant makeup. Normally, it is so much more subtle when I do makeup for anything else, but when you're on the stage and you've got so many lights, you need to make things really exaggerated. A bit like when you're doing makeup for photos or video or something, it needs to be, in real life it needs to look real caked on, but on the stage and stuff with all those lights, it needs to look flawless. So you need to kind of not cake it on, but you know, make sure you put just a lot extra. I'm not gonna lie, put a lot extra. That's why the lashes are so big and everything is so good. Up is So what I like to do, sometimes, I'm not going to lie to you, sometimes I like to go in. I didn't today because the look didn't call for it. If I want to look really strobed, I go in with, what's it called, So Suzanne highlighter here. You put it under the powders, so after you put your foundation and stuff on, just swipe it where you normally would highlight, which I'll show you in a second, and it will really get that highlight up, and then the powder to kind of go over it to set it. Or for a cheaper version, there's Collection that does the same sort of thing called Speedy Highlighter. You can still do it on, I'll do it now for you actually. Oh. No, I broke. Right, I'll do it now for you actually. See if I can swatch it. I'll swatch it on my hand. It's a really pretty colour. I'll swatch this one. So the top, the bottom is So Suzanne, and the top is the Collection one. The Collection one's slightly more gold. The So Suzanne, of course, it's really pigmented. So just one slight. But with the Collection one, you can actually put it over your powder. It's kind of dry. It's not as moussey as the So Suzanne. So I can just swipe. I like to, well, I say swipe, but I tend to pat really. On the highest part of the cheekbones. Now, if you don't know where they are, just go right at the top here, right in your eye. And just pat, pat, pat. And along the brow, I like to do that arrowhead look. Brow, brow. And also here. And here. On the tip of the nose, and then along the nose too to highlight, and on the cupid's bow, just like that. See, it doesn't smudge or anything on the, it doesn't look weird on powder. And then I go in with I've actually got this, I'm not going to lie to you, from Glossybox, and I go in with this Luxy angled brush, also got it from Glossybox, so you can get it anywhere though, and just blend it out a little bit because you can't just have swipes on the face. So just blend it out. Just I like to go back and forth. This is how you do. This is how you do it, and just again just dab down, a slight sweep on the top of the backbone, because it just gives you a slight, just a bit more pop. And again, kind of blend it down your nose and really up the cupid's bow a bit. That's not all because we're on the stage, people. So I get my massive fan brush, and Makeup Revolution does some awesome highlighters. This one is like a champagne colour. I love it. It's very old. It looks very white and not right for my skin, but when you dab it, again it's still very white, tap it off. When you actually place it on, it's gorgeous gold shimmer. Just gorgeous. Look at that. Gold. Just pure gold. It's like magic. Oh. When I got it I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to use this, but just right on top of your cheekbones, and then again just slightly along, connecting your brow bone to your cheekbone basically. Oh, it's just, I love this. And then what I do is just the end of my nose and then down the nose. Don't put any extra when I go down the nose, but the end of the nose I do put a bit more extra because it just pops. Like, woo! And then tap again, you've got to tap off the excess because it's really pigmented. Go down, or up, sorry, or up and down, whatever. Sweep motions along those tops of those brow arch, sorry. Top of the brow arch is just pure. And you can go ham on this, honestly. Highlighting, I'm highlight addict. I'm a highlight addict. Sorry, and Cupid's bow again. Look at that. Oh. So I like to go crazy with my highlighter. I'm not going to lie to you, go absolutely crazy with it. Just instantly, just glow. Just, oh, you know. And again, because you're on stage, you need to go kind of ham on the highlighter. It just gives you such the glow from within and just go down. I like to use, I never put product on this side, I just like to move up my nose a little bit. Here we go. It's gorgeous. Then next up, I like to use this. It's Geo Minerals. It's actually from Good Being box that I got in the US. It comes from the US. I got it sent to me. I love this colour. It's very, it's loose as well, but it's very, very pink, as you can see. So I literally just use what's in the lid. Kind of tap it around a little bit. I get my trusty Lol Rock. I love it because it's dense, this blush brush, but soft. Blush brush, I tap off the excess, because this is pigment as hell, guys, even on a stage. And then smile a little bit, not too much, but just half a smile. And I like to do the ends of my apples. I don't go in here, go in the ends of my apples and just sweep. And it's a little goes a long way. You can always add, but you can never take away. Just go along like so. By, who's it by? I think they're called Midnight Cool, and there's a brown. They don't tell you what the names are. It's a waterproof lip liner. I just, as you can tell, I've kind of got a bit of a butt Cupid's bow, so I kind of just draw Cupid's bow on and go along. It's like a reddy brown. I like to ombre my lips a little bit. And just go on. And then I use another lip liner. This is from Rimmel London. It's kind of a pinky red, and I go in the middle. Because you might not have time to apply your lipstick, so make sure get your lip liner in. Like so. Not dramatic. I was going to say nudie, but then I went more red because whatever. And then, you know what? I don't feel like, oh it is. I go in, this I got from Bossy Box. I think this is a coral colour. Because I've gone with a darker red, it's a little bit muted for my, it makes it a little bit more warm for my dark skin, but I love this colour. So let's do it.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left.
It's like a dark, you could go dark if you want, but I find when I'm in an actual pageant, I like to go a little bit brown, more nudie, but I would for an evening wear go a bit more dramatic. Go in, I've got, you can't skimp on setting spray, you have to set that face for a pageant, guys. So I use very well used, as you can see, Urban Decay All Nighter makeup spray. Jeffree Star uses, everybody uses it. I got it at Christmas and I love it. I've really done because I bathe myself in it. And just spray from the great height. Oh, just make yourself feel amazing. Honestly, it's just spray. Oh. Yes. And that's let it. You've got to do the fan. So guys, all there's left to do is to get those brows set, and you are done. I use just a brown gel, brow gel, just to set those bad boys in. Just go along the normal line, like so. Kind of combs out all of it. So guys, this is the finished product. As you can see, I've just put a wig on, put a side bun, so it looks like kind of just a kind of evening wear look. But of course it's just messy, it's not how I would normally have it. It's just a L-part wig. A little bit, give it a little bit of body. And there you go, this is the pageant look. Big lashes, kind of a, I wanted to go nude but I ended up with a bold lip. Kind of a smoky, natural smoky look. Very radiant, very not so chiseled, natural looking in the face, glowy, just you have to look glowy, radiant, like a queen, with all queens. So why not do your makeup like you are one? So, thank you for watching. If you want to see any more tutorials from me, please just like and comment what you want to see from me next. Like I tell you, I'm by no means a makeup artist. I just love makeup and I love experimenting with makeup. I use makeup because I love makeup and I love how it radiates me, and you look like it, you know, you just look the best version of you. And a lot of people think that when you wear makeup and when you do glam looks and do whatever looks, no makeup looks, you're doing it to mask something from yourself. It's not about that. It's just because you love it. Why can't you use makeup to do whatever you want? If makeup makes you feel great, wonderful. I always feel amazing when I put some makeup on, and after putting so much effort, I mean, I've taken well over an hour doing this, and I feel amazing. It's there to make you feel amazing. And what is wrong with that, huh? What is wrong with makeup making you feel amazing? You can do what you can, look beautiful without any makeup. Most of the time I don't wear makeup when I'm at work or anything like that, but when I do put on makeup, I feel like I'm Tracy Hybrid, the hybrid version, like 2.0. It doesn't affect my confidence anyway, but it just makes me feel good because I love makeup and I love the fact that I'm getting better at it, and it's an art. It's an art form, honestly, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with it. Do whatever you want to do. If it's not for you, if this is not for you and you like things more natural and you don't like to wear makeup at all, do you. It's fine. I love makeup. I love full glam looks. I mean, I go in way more glam than this. This is kind of understated glam for me. I also go a lot more muted than this. It's kind of in the middle for me. There's nothing wrong with that. Love you. We're all perfectly flawed. You're more than enough, no matter whether you wear makeup or whether you don't. I'm in a pageant. I have to wear makeup because everybody else will be wearing makeup, and it will just show more that I'm not wearing makeup. People say I don't need it. I feel like I love it. I might not need it, but I love it. So if I love it, why can't I use it? It's as simple as that. Anyway, you guys are beautiful. Thank you for the support again. Please share, like any girlies that you know that are about to do a pageant and they're unsure of how to do their makeup. Please show them this. It could be how to or how not to do your makeup, depending on what you think. But I find this is the best kind of thing for me. Again, I'm dark skinned. Obviously don't use exactly the same shades as me because that could not go well. But there are always your versions. If you need any help, people in the counters are there to help you. They're amazing, honestly. And also there's so many YouTube videos from MUAs out there that's how I learned how to do my face from MUAs and backwards. So, you know, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button, share with your friends, comment whatever else you would like to see from me, and don't forget to click that red button and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and this is fully made up Tracy finally. And take care, and I'll see you later. Love you. Happy bank holiday. Bye.